Hi guys, let's just have a quick look at this question. It says f of x is equals to x squared and h of x is equal to 2 over 3x plus 2. Okay, so then they ask you to determine the equation of the parabola. Now of course we are given a coordinate that's on the parabola and we have the equation there. So the coordinate obviously has an x value and it has a y value, which we can just plug into the equation. So we have d, which is 3 and 4, which we can substitute into the equation. So that means 4 is equal to a bracket, because brackets are our friends, 3 squared. Now obviously 3 squared is equal to 9, so it's a times by 9. To get a alone, we have to divide by 9 on both sides. So that means a is equal to 4 over 9. But then they want the equation of the parabola, so we have to give it in the form f of x is equal to 4 over 9x squared. So there we have the equation. Now the next question, by number 2.2, they ask you to determine the coordinate of C, the intersection of the point of f of x and h of x in the equation if the equation of the parabola is f of x equal to 4 over 9x squared. Now guys, for an intersection, we always have to make the two equations equal, because at those 2 points they have an equal coordinate that is on both of the equations. So what we're going to do there by number 2.2 is we now have to say, okay, but f of x is equal to g of x, and now we can make the two equations equal to each other. Now what we did is we actually gave you the answer of the previous question. So 4 over 9x squared is equal to, they give you 2 over 3x plus 2. This is the equation of a straight line. Okay, now guys, brackets are our friends, so we substitute into a bracket. Fractions are not our friends. We really don't like fractions. So what we have to do is we have to find the LCD, and in the LCD in this case is 9. So what do we do if we have a fraction that is in an equation? We have to times by the LCD, which is 9. So if I'm going to times by 9 straight through, then I'm going to get 4x squared, which is equal to 2 times by 9 divided by 3 is going to give me 6x. But guys, you also need to times this one by 9. We have to times straight through with 9. So 2 times by 9 is equal to 18. Now we can get this as an equation. So we can get 4x squared minus 6x plus 18 equal to 0. There's a square, so we want it equal to 0. So what we're going to do now is that I see that we have a common factor. So I'm going to divide by 2. Because this is an equation, I can just divide. I don't need to take it out. So if I divide by 2, I get 2x squared minus 3x minus 9 equal to 0. And if it's not equal to 0, it's incorrect. Now because there is a coefficient by my x squared value, I'm going to do the block method that I taught you guys earlier this year. Now yeah, you can do it without the block method, but I prefer to do it with the block method if I have a coefficient. So what times what gives me 2x squared, 2x times by x. Now we know that the signs need to differ, and the biggest one is obviously going to be a negative. Now this can be a plus minus, or this can be a minus plus. We don't know yet, so this is why I usually suggest you do this in pencil. But let's go and say plus minus, because the signs need to differ. Positive times a negative is a negative. Now what times what gives us 9? Let's try 3 and 3. Now we need to cross multiply. Can you guys remember cross multiplying? So we can say x times by 3 gives us 3x. 2x times by negative 3 gives us negative 6x. Now we add 3x minus 6x gives us negative 3x. That works out, meaning that those are our two brackets, which must be equal to 0. Now let's have a look. 2x is equal to negative 3. Remember, put an equal between them, change the sign. Or x is equal to positive 3. Now let's go back to our sketch. And they ask you for the coordinate of C. C is on the left-hand side. Now remember, to the right, x is positive. To the left, x is negative. Meaning that this x is equal to 3 is going to be not applicable. Also have a look. They give you D's coordinate, which is 3. And D is also an intersection there. Meaning that if I divide by 2 on both sides, x is equal to negative 3 over 2. And that gives me my x value. Now guys, it's not 0 for the y value. No, we have to go calculate the y value. And to do that, we can plug it into either of the two coordinates. Now let's plug it into the straight line. It just seems easier. Y is equal to 2 over 3 times by negative 3 over 2 plus 2, which would give us negative 1 plus 2, and y is equal to 1. Meaning that the coordinate of C is at negative 3 over 2 and 1.